everyone, today I'll be reviewing this new movie on Netflix, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, starring Chadwick Boseman, Viola Davis, and this movie is directed by George C. Wolfe. And this movie is based on a Ma Rainey play, stage play. And this movie, before I saw this movie, I was really nervous because it's been so sad since Chadwick Boseman he passed away. I was really hesitant to see this movie because it will bring back so many memories. And while in this movie, I thought Chadwick Boseman he was absolutely amazing. His performance was so good in this movie. Really, like when I was seeing him, I could see he poured his heart out for this movie. His acting is really that good. Watching him, I was thinking it must have been so hard to making this movie, especially when he was so sick. So it did bring a lot of memory, how it's been. When you are watching this movie, you do wonder in your mind how he must have been feeling in that scenes. Or that being said, I also should, before I tell you what I thought about this movie, I should say, I'm a huge fan of Viola Davis. I never missed any of her movies. She's such an amazing actress. She can shine through anything you give her. She will give you good performance. So telling here she was amazing in this movie is that being said, all this thing I said is really true. This movie, these two lead actors, they gave absolutely amazing performance. But unfortunately, this movie, however, because it's based on a stage play, so when you watch it, you do feel like you are watching a stage play, basically a movie version on Netflix. Especially the way every shot was taken in this movie, I was like, huh. So I have seen Denzel Washington movie Fences. While I did not love that movie had same feeling. Like when I was watching it, I felt like I was watching a stage play, because that movie is also based on that Tony-winning stage play. But this movie is because when you watch it on Netflix and you are just watching this movie, the whole movie takes place this movie is about when you finish watching it, you are sitting there thinking, what did I just watch? So this movie basically about Ma Rainey. She's a huge singer, so she just recording a song. I must say the songs were really amazing in this movie. Only 3 songs in this movie. All those 3 songs were really good. I really like this Ma Rainey singer. Her voice is amazing. I think it's her original song in this movie. So I really enjoyed all the song in this movie. But this movie only takes the span of 4 hours about recording this song, and it's about Ma Rainey, how she's dealing with her white manager, and how the white recording company giving her hard time, or she's giving them hard time, or this back and forth. And the whole movie just took place around 4 hours of this story, and I was like, what the heck? Because I was hoping to see more about Ma Rainey. It's just this movie, when you finish watch it, you are like, what did I just watch? So this movie basically is not that deep at all. It's just about this 4 hour, how this Ma Rainey and her band people, how they don't get along. And especially Chadwick Boseman, his character, he wants to make his own band, and he wants to get out of Ma Rainey's shadow. And the way this movie ends, the climax scene, I was like, that did not make any sense, honestly. Most people will not like this movie, most normal audience. I don't know how this movie is getting such a high Rotten Tomato score. It's really surprising for me, because the overall this movie is I know why it got so high score, but overall I think this movie, people will not enjoy this movie at all, because end of this movie you are just thinking, what did I what was it about? There's some scene when Ma Rainey, she was telling her people, even though who she was talking, you are wondering because the way this movie was directed, if this director get Oscar nomination, I will be really upset, because he does not deserve it. Anyway, the way he was shot the whole movie, it just her face. Sometimes I was like, is she talking to herself? Then of course slowly they reveal she is talking to someone. I just didn't like this style. It felt like I was watching a stage show. When I tune in to see a movie, you want to see a movie. You don't want to see like a stage movie. So I think overall this movie wasn't very great, unfortunately. I was really looking forward to this movie. This was Netflix last hope. I think most people, like most normal audience, they will not like this movie. They will be like, because there is nothing about Ma Rainey. She just like, this whole movie just about her recording one song, which was really good, that song, but like still like you need more conflict, more details. It's nothing is there. It's just this band, they're just talking to each other about shoe and other stuff like most people don't care about. And like, because when you are watching movies still need to entertain you, which I think this movie forget. Like it's still need to be entertaining, no matter whatever the story is, which I did not see it here. It wasn't entertaining at all. These people are just talking to themselves, fighting with each other. They're poking each other, bickering with each other. How long you can see, this band, they're bickering with each other. After a while, it gets very like repetitive and very boring, I suppose. But overall, I was really let down this movie because I was really looking forward to it. Still, I really love seeing Chadwick Boseman. His performance was really amazing. Although his script, even sometime when he was saying his dialogue, I could see in his eyes, he's like, what I'm saying, what I'm doing. Like his eyes were telling me this. I am the only one who saw that, or like other people? I saw on Rotten Tomato, its the audience score is only 74%. So more people see this movie. It's not trending yet because it just dropped today. A lot of people will be like disappointed by this movie. They will be like, what did I just watch? Because when the movie like on Netflix, it's not like Fences. Like Fences was like a studio release movie. Most people didn't see that. But when these movies are on Netflix, a million people will watch it and they can make up their own mind. So when you see this movie and you go to Rotten Tomatoes, they'll be like, it's not going to match up, unfortunately. Do I think this movie... I feel just sad that Chadwick Boseman, his last movie is this one. People will watch it and they will be like, oh, most people will be thinking that. Unfortunately, that was my thought on this movie. Unfortunately, I did not like it. I thought this movie is like very, like it's not the way I want it. I wish we know more about Ma Rainey, but we don't. Anyway, that was my thought on this movie. Let me know in the comment about this movie. Thank you so much for checking this out. If you enjoyed my review, don't forget to subscribe. Take care.